It's one of the most hotly anticipated movie premieres in recent times. Beloved characters and stars from creator George Lucas's franchise were out in full force for the world premiere of Star Wars: The Force Awakens in Hollywood last night.
The Force, it's calling to you.
Details of plot twists and character development have been closely guarded by the filmmakers. This prompted rampant online speculation ahead of the premiere, particularly about the fate of protagonist Luke Skywalker, who is absent from trailers and posters promoting the film.
All of it.
Harrison Ford, who returns in the role of Han Solo, said the secrecy ahead of the premiere would enhance fans' experience.
I want the audience to be able to get their money's worth. I want them to pay their few dollars and sit down and not, have it spoiled for them. I think that's only fair.
I got to have a secret that everybody else wanted, and now I get to share it. But at the same time, I'm extremely excited for the fans to finally own this film, and that's what it's made for. It's made for the world to watch.
The movie received some positive feedback from the fans.
It was a very emotional and crazy movie. It was perfect and awesome. I loved the cast, and the shots were great. So was the sound. There was a lot of drama, and I thought it was a really great movie.
And after years of brainstorming and long hours, director J.J. Abrams was looking forward to a much-needed rest.
We have an excellent mattress, and I'm going to invest an enormous amount of time getting to know it. That is the honest truth.
Aside from fan anticipation, the movie faces lofty box office projections for the opening weekend.
Masiphumelele informal settlement up in flames. 1,123 homes burnt to the ground. 2 people lost their lives.
The thing is, with fires like this, sometimes you don't know where it started or how it started. It could be your neighbor's house, like where this fire started. Apparently, there was no one inside the house.
City of Cape Town's Fire and Rescue Service say a few basic tips such as extinguishing all candles and lamps before going to bed and avoiding smoking in bed can save lives. Other useful measures for densely populated communities are ensuring there is more than one exit in your home, building informal homes at least 3 meters apart, keeping stoves on flat surfaces and away from drafts and flammable objects, never leaving fires and stoves unattended, keeping a bucket of sand and water handy, and not overloading plug points. Homes built on mountain slopes are often at high risk during fire season, but there are precautions residents can take.
A simple thing like cleaning out your gutters before the fire season starts, so that there's not leaves and fine materials that can catch alight when embers land on roofs. And there are some cases in Simonstown, very good examples, where some people have put sour fig, which is an excellent fire escaping plant, and some people have put aloes and succulents, which don't burn easily. And then there are other people who have just let the bush grow thick.
Meanwhile, a new fire department is on the cards for Masiphumelele, set for completion in 2017. Tim Tongana, Cape Town.
Still ahead on E! Tonight. At 6:30, Success is What You Make It, Rhythm City. At 7:30, glitz, glamour and scandal. And at 8, it's time for an intervention, The Steve Harvey Show.
Now sit down and let the damn healing begin.
E is for everyone. Be free.
Chaos on Saturday when members of the ANC marched into the apartment block on the corner of Long and Kloof Streets and ripped the Zuma Must Fall poster down. Well, the group driving the poster campaign says they have no political affiliation. They call themselves a private initiative of concerned citizens who met at the Zuma Must Fall march in Cape Town last year.
Well, the Zuma Must Fall slogan was the name of the rally that we met at, and it just seemed to be a natural extension of that conversation, a conversation which we had promised to keep going, a conversation which was about leadership. And we had no idea that those 3 words up on a sign were going to have the explosive social media response that it did.
So you're a group of people who decided that there needed to be a conversation about leadership in South Africa. Why?
The sentiment is disappointment. I think the sentiment is deep disappointment and grave concern that there are decisions that are being made that don't appear to be well thought through and that have immediate consequences, in many respects financial consequences, which are going to indebt generations to come.
Why don't you, as a collective, want to be identified?
The idea behind the private initiative was that it wasn't going to be about the voice of the initiative. It was really just a platform for expressing a sentiment, and what was going to arise out of that, which was going to be the conversation, was going to be a conversation that the South African public were going to have. So it was really a vehicle, a message to keep the conversation going.
Do you feel threatened in any way after the first poster was torn down?
Yeah, the tearing down of the posters was a most unexpected turn of events, one which no one could have imagined would have happened. It was an exercise of free speech, and one which we felt and believed was a right which all people would respect, particularly considering it as a cornerstone of the Constitution, and one which some of the older parties in this country fought for decades to achieve.
How would you respond to your critics who say you're running a racist and elitist campaign?
It's absolutely not racist at all. It's not politically aligned in any way. It was just a sentiment, a peaceful sentiment expressed as a form of free speech. It was nothing more than that, to stimulate debate, and that was it.
What's the message of the flag?
The message of the flag is unity, national unity. This is what matters in this country.
Annika Larson, Cape Town.
Did you know that boutonniere is French for booty is near? True story. If I may, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house. Your dessert just didn't measure up. Please pack up your knives and go.
How I Met Your Mother, tonight at 7:30 on E!
They are coming. Are you prepared with Dakota Fanning and Tom Cruise? War of the Worlds, tonight at 8:30 on E!
For beachgoers, it's all fun in the sun, but for law enforcement, it's a tough day out ensuring people stay safe. Metro Police have confiscated double the amount of alcohol from beaches compared to last year and say there's more work to be done.
Bringing alcohol to the beaches, it's a concern because people tend to leave broken bottles, people get injured, and also then it's normally domestic violence, fights, people drive under the influence. So it's a concern to us, the amount of alcohol, and as much as we are giving the message to the people to be responsible.
Alcohol was also a problem at Sea Point Pool, which was packed to capacity. Hundreds of people continued to queue well into the afternoon, with fights breaking out among some hoping to get in.
There's been a couple of knives that I had to take off because people bring it to cut meat and cut this, but I mean if you mix knives and alcohol together, you're not going to have a pleasant day here. In terms of alcohol, a lot of people kind of drink before they come in, which is very challenging to us. So bottles that we do find, we take it off.
There was also tragedy with the drowning of a 16-year-old boy at Strand Jetty. Officials are also searching for a 10-year-old child who was reported missing at Clifton. PBA Shabudvala, Cape Town.